what were the key things in the business, like the drivers that you knew you needed to put some sort of ERP system in place? Like, what was it that said, yeah, we gotta look at something here?
Right, right. As you mentioned, because of my background, working for the big companies, corporations, we from 20 some years ago that we were doing things manually in Excel and everything.
Mm,
We just try to implement different systems and integrate them together, and all that, and avoid all these manual work.
right.
So that's how, when I came to Naked Wardrobe on full force, since we started growing fast, we did have the ERP system, but that was just for our shipping, for our inventory, and for our front line. So those were the three: the ShipStation, we had Pearl, and we had Magento.
Right.
And the version of Magento was M1. But then there were so many things that they were done manually.
Okay.
One of those things is like creating POs, like our wholesale business, because we picked up on wholesale a lot, last year also. So everything was being done, manually, and that's the reason we got involved in, picking and choosing a software that could help us streamline all these processes and avoid the manual work, and just go with the whole ERP system. That, if you want, I can get into more detail.
Well, just sort of broader goals. What sort of broader goals did you have for the new ERP platform? Like, what were you hoping? I mean, I think I heard, we want to consolidate our operations, streamline efficiencies. Are there other things that, like, broader goals you're hoping to get out of the ERP?
Right, financial system. I wanted to make sure that and avoiding duplication. Yeah, because we were inputting stuff in one system, then we had to go input it in different system. So there were so many the rework of the same thing that was being done.
Okay.
So by doing this implementation, we did, this was a big bang that we did. The implementation that we did, didn't realize how big of a project, but it was a big project because we did, implement PLM system, which is in our production cycle. And we chose WFX. That was recommended to us, by Oracle, and then we went with a NetSuite because that was our top pick for the type of business we are in. And then we already had Magento that had to be upgraded from M1 to M2.
Right.
And then we had the ShipStation that we had to, so all these different systems, they have to be integrated with each other. And we chose Folio 3 because of the experience that they have, and because of the connectors experience and all that, that was already in place, and they would support after even going live and all that.
So a sign of a solid interaction and conversation is that you're picking off some of the questions I had lined up. So one of them was certainly like, why NetSuite, why Folio 3? So I think the answer I kind of heard, which was great. What I was kind of hoping to hear was that we can be a bit of a one-stop shop. So in the cloud, we have like multiple pieces coming together, and NetSuite as a strength is its ability to provide the core financials and then a solid architected environment that allows you to pull all these things together. Ideally, you can deal with one implementation company who can also do the connector pieces and then kind of guide the consulting if you have to pull in other products as well. And then we actually built a few customizations as well. So maybe we should just talk a little bit about that. And I know they were at the same time really important to Naked Wardrobe, also a bit complicated, and but really personalized it for you and made a big impact. So
as I mentioned, we went with NetSuite because they do have experience in the type of business that we are in. So that was our top choice.
Like apparel, right?
Yeah, right, okay. Apparel business, right? And then doing that, one of the customizations that we had to go with was the order request. What that is, we are, putting our orders, in Excel spreadsheet, uploaded into the system, and instead of creating by each collection that we have, we can create only one PO for the whole, the collection, because that's something that the other softwares, like for each cut, it creates one PO. So that would be, so many of the POs that are going to be created for as many, because on weekly basis, we have minimum, I would say, minimum at least over 20 styles that we have new arrivals on weekly basis. So imagine how many POs we would have. So this way we go by collection. So this customizations is going to save us so much time, and we see everything in one place.
So collection is sort of a style, and so managing at the style level is really critical. And I think people listening in on the call in the fashion industry that's going to resonate, right? Managing at a style level is so important, and we need to be able to streamline operations to do that. So that's great. Thanks for that. I think I know the answer to this question. This one is sort of around, hey, we move and most people have a system today, and they're outgrowing it. Hopefully the company, I know Naked Wardrobe is on a really vibrant growth path. And what it does when that happens, as you know quite well, it puts an onus on making some improvements, right? And your existing systems might start to break. So, but there's change. There's a lot of change involved in this. Now, fortunately, this organization has yourself and your experience, but can you talk to at all some of the change management, like what you did to make the transition to this new system as smooth as you could hope for?
Right. That, I would say that's one of the, the hardest thing to have change management, because people, they are on daily basis, we all do the same thing. We want to feel comfortable. We want to just do the same thing that we were doing before. So something new comes to play, we need to learn, then, you need to have the right people in, right place to be able to do that. And we were lucky to have a great team that they all got involved, and they did, support the change that, we wanted to do. And that was, that really helped. So, but then it's just the training part still, we have not had, we have been so busy with the system and this new implementation and everything. We still need to do more training for our people to be able to use the system functionality that is, that it offers. I don't think that, it usually takes with the new system, it takes 3 to 6 months to get settled and for everyone to, start using the, like good reports that the system has, or, different screens that they can go and get more information on the stuff. So that's part of, what we need to do more.
So it's going okay, but it's sort of ongoing, I guess,
yes,
if I were to paraphrase.
Ongoing, because we just went live, as you know, just over a month ago. So this is new for us.
Yeah.
Yes.
So one thing I've noticed, I've been in ERP for over 25 years. I know I don't look that old, but what I've found is that NetSuite supports many things that older technology did not. And one thing it supports is a bit of a different implementation method than traditional. So the Suite Success method, which was developed by NetSuite, and that most of the partners like ourselves have adapted, and we've kind of made a few tweaks to it. But what I like about the implementation method is it involves people throughout the implementation. So there are opportunities to learn along the way. And also it's hands-on keyboard. So in the old world, we would write documents and do a lot of communication with paper. Now it's usually with the screen open in front of you with representative data. So can you talk at all about the implementation experience? I know our listeners are probably like, hey, we see value in some of these systems going forward. They may probably honestly dread the process a little bit. Can you talk to that a little bit?
Right. So the implementation process, it's not a 8 to 5, the type of job. So that's the first thing we need to know, that the team that is going to be involved, it's going to be a team that is going to be, available as they needed for,
Sure.
because especially with having implementation team, usually they are in different time zone. So then it, sometimes they work with us, sometimes we work with them, depending on, we just fit each other's schedule, to be able to move forward in the project. So we need to have the right people in the team to do the implementation. And I'm sorry, what was the
well, I mean, just from your point of view, how did you guys feel for the implementation? Because I know you're very experienced. Some of your staff may not have been. The idea is, NetSuite will enable us to have good conversations in a very collaborative process. So my hope was that that's how you felt it went.
Right. It did. We did have any implementation, you run into some surprises.
Absolutely.
You are at the point to say, okay, that's good, we are there, and we can make it and all that. And then next thing you know, when you start, running the whole process, it's like, oops, there's something else that needs to be added. So we ran into that a couple of times, and so those are the type of things that we need to be expecting to have and be ready for it, to just tackle them.
Sure.
Don't be negative about it, because that's a plus, that something else that in addition to what we already have done, that it's going to benefit us in future, that is going to incur. Yeah.
So somewhat expect the unexpected, I guess, and hope you have a partner that is collaborative. So your experience with Folio 3, I'm hoping you got the response you're looking for.
Yes, we did. And then we have to work, as I mentioned, for our PLM system. We have the WFX team that they have been very cooperative as well. They are, and we all work together. So it wasn't just like Naked Wardrobe with NetSuite, and Folio 3 team. It was a whole cycle with ShipStation, with WFX. So there were times that we had to get everyone on the call, to see, what needs to be done. So it's just, a team work that needs to be, organized.
So for future growth, like, how do you see NetSuite and Folio 3 and Naked Wardrobe working together for future growth? Just
for us, right now, there are things that we need to, for our future growth. We do have our wholesale business that has not been, we are using SPS, and that's for those wholesale businesses that we are working with. That's the system that they're using. So we are in process of, we have already given them access to SPS, and we are working with them doing testing to automate that process. Okay. So then our sales order, invoicing, all the fulfillment, everything is going to be automated.
Okay.
So that's the manual process right now that is being done on, in Excel, piece of paper and all that. And another thing that we are doing is having, we did not have UPC for the barcoding for all our products, because we started Naked Wardrobe 10 years ago. And back then we were just in the business to, make the product and sell it. We didn't, we were not expecting to grow as fast as we did. We have been lucky and we do, So that's something for the growth. We need to have the barcoding, So right now we do create for all our new products. We do create the UPC code barcoding, and that's being passed on from WFX to NetSuite. And previously for our wholesale business, we had to have that also. So we were selective for the type of products that we had that had the barcode.
So not surprisingly, you have your next steps planned out, although you're going to get solid after the initial go live, get our feet, and then we'll sort of plan those out. And you're hopefully confident, like I know NetSuite, it's almost impossible to paint yourself in a corner, that the platform will support where you want to go once you decide where you want to go.
And right now, another thing that we are doing to improve our sales is there's a company that we are working with that we are creating a location for them that we put our product in there, and all those major companies across the globe that have access to this company. Jure is the company that we are working with, and they do wholesale, through online. So that would be something that,
So when I come and visit you next year, it's going to be in an office tower. It's going to be in the naked wardrobe tower.
We are working on so many new things, and that's why we wanted to, have a system that would be, open to all these, and we easily we can just, through the, the integration and all that, we could grant access, and then all these other companies that there are potential buyers, they can come and see what's available, and they could, potential sales.
This is great. Thank you so much. Been an absolute pleasure. Obviously things are right on the move here. I think we're getting close to time, so I think I would just say, it's been popular. We have it in 3 or 4 different apparel companies. It's a known need. And I believe we have a base that we can, it's not fully out of the box in the sense that you're limited in any way. So we can, anybody's interested, happy to have the conversation. We take you through the functionality we have a collaborative discussion and tailor it for your organization. So don't think it's you're locked in any way, I suppose. It's very flexible.